So I think we should probably talk about how this team got formed first before we go into. I know you probably don't want to talk about like the 100 Thieves game, but we should probably talk
Yeah,
about
we should talk. We should talk. I'm down to talk. I'm down to talk about it.
but like Golden Guardians is as an organization, they tend to rely a lot on their scouting and kind of putting together synergistic rosters. We've seen them pull a bunch of players that became 100 Thieves that nobody else was really looking at, but they put together a roster that the core of which became a championship roster on 100 Thieves after they made some changes. So their scouting has generally been pretty good. Now, last year might have been a bit of a down year because they didn't have a lot of money, and they definitely have more money this year. Like, for people who don't know, the COVID pandemic hit the Golden State Warriors, the NBA team, super hard because they, couldn't have a full season, couldn't sell tickets. So that kind of filtered down to Golden Guardians, where they had to kind of go for a budget roster. They ended up blowing most of that up and getting, veteran players like yourself and Licorice. And then also now they had a Blaze of all of last year, so he carries over. And then now they have Pride Stalker, who's a new player that's I think a very interesting jungler. Kind of unusual picks, like we've seen the Zed pick so far this season, but likes to play more aggressive, damage-oriented junglers overall.
Yeah.
And then Lost coming over from TSM. So they put together a roster that's been competitive this season. What was your process of joining the team like this year? Or rejoining, I should say.
I think, so me and Nick, actually, as a Korean, this is not serious, but this is kind of whatever talk. So before 2019, I used to not like Nick at very first time, by being honest. So because very first month, I didn't like it because I thought in kind of wrong way. But like end of the 2019, I realized actually he actually did nice things to me before. I think I got misunderstanding of him. So end of the 2019, we were like, oh my god, Nick, I'm sorry, I really misunderstood you. Oh my god, now I'm really sorry. So we just like hug each other, and then we became good friends. And I left the team, and then we were just like sometimes message each other casually. It's not like when we met at the party at one point, we just oh my god, Nick, nice to meet you, long time no see. So we were just friends. And last year he messaged me around when they are looking for a player. He just asked me, Olleh, are you playing seriously or not? And then I'm trying to back, but I'm not sure I'm good enough to come back. And then I told him, like, if I don't get rank 10, I'm not gonna do it. And then he in Korea. Yeah, he just messaged me on Twitter, and and then that time I was rank 80 or something. And then I asked him, "Hey, I'm just kind of stuck here. What should I do better?" And then he messaged me, "Oh, maybe you just try to group with your jungler more often because you always try to do it by yourself." So after I got his feedback, I started to more work with my jungler in Korea solo queue, and I started winning every game. And I really got rank 3 at some point. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, oh Nick, thank you. And then I feel like I can be pro player again. Like I'm shooting on every support here. I stopped like carrier was 13 continuous winning. I was the one who stopped his winning streak, and then I was like, oh my god, maybe I'm good enough. Maybe. It's like okay, then let's try again. So yeah, Nick. After I talked with Nick, the GJS gave me the offer. So I thankfully took it, but that time the jungle was the missing. He just showed me the list, the jungle, and I was like, yeah, just I follow the team. Like I'm not gonna have that much opinion. I just like follow my coach saying I'm gonna do my job. And then when I got here, I see the roster, and then I think it was pretty good on paper for me because everyone at least everyone picked a really good point at some point, so I thought it was good. But as I say, whenever I move to other country, my team always be the challenger team. It's not GGS like had the FBI Fuhi closer and they moved to 100 saves, they got number 1 before, but it's kind of same thing as me. It's like when I moved to Pain Gaming, last place. When I moved to Hong Kong Express, was last place. When I moved to GGS, it was kind of last place, right? Yeah. So my mindset right now it's like our team is not like super team. Like when you look at Team Liquid, it's like they got people, they got like Bjorkson, they got Hansama, who just like literally was in World Championship. They put together. Of course, if GGS like beat them 24/7, Team Liquid doing something wrong. So I of course want to win like versus like every team, but my mindset is like we can't just randomly be the number one team compared to really super team, as I say. But there were moments we could beat them. Like yesterday we should won. Like 2 days ago we should won the 11 or 12k gold lead against 100 Thieves, but we just lost. And I think our team aware of the problems, but it's not. I think individually we can say, Liquor is, really good, Olive is really good, and Price Stalker just like, sometimes winning like 100 CS versus enemy jungler, and me and Lawrence, when we are actually in good position, we are actually carry the game. But I think the point is we are not a team.
Yeah, I mean your laning phase really hasn't been the core problem, right? Like, well, sometimes Blaze Olleh, like sometimes he just like wins lane hard and sometimes he loses lane hard.
Yeah.
So I think he's a bit wild in his aggression in the laning phase sometimes, which can work out for you or can get you put in the dumpster at times. I think if we're going to talk about the 100 Thieves game, there was a lot of focus, like obviously like the jokes around, I said this before you came on, but the people pointing out like nobody went top at 10 minutes.
Yeah,
there was basically for 10 minutes. There was basically a continuous fight. 12 minutes. There was basically a continuous fight on the map during that entire 12-minute period, by the way. Like I was watching that part of the game again this morning.
The top of mid lane, right?
Yeah, it was like there's like in mid lane, around Baron, around Dragon, like there were these constant fights going on, and one person on each team would die and then respawn and then like rejoin the fight, right? So it was clear that you guys thought you could win that. And people, if I look at some of the core, like the key parts of that game, around the Dragon Soul fight as well, it looked like you guys had a split call, because what happened is Pride Stalker's on Nocturne in the Dragon Pit, and he smites the Lee Sin, like he uses Red Smite, and then Lost starts auto-attacking the Dragon at the same time, and I was like, oh no, because it's like, it seemed like Pride Stalker wanted to make sure that there couldn't be a smite steal by forcing the Lee Sin out and trying to get the kill, and Lost is like autoing the Dragon. So, if Lost had been autoing the enemy team instead, that you guys probably would have just won that Dragon fight and Lee had flashed out of the pit or whatever, or W'd out of the pit, and then you could have turned it around. So for me, when I watch your team, it looks like there are these like communication problems around what target to go on and when to engage that are causing most of the issues that you have. Is that fair?
That's exactly yes. It's like, I think, I don't know, I can leak this, but okay, so it's really good to have opinion in every situation. Really good. But the worst decision in League of Legends is like doing the separate shit. I think that's the worst. But like at some point, it's like we have 3 different opinions sometimes. Like sometimes 4 different opinions. So it's like one day in Scream, we were winning like this, and then we somehow lost the game in Scream too. And then that time I kind of hands up. I hands up and I say, like, we just need to do one thing together. I think it was not me or it was also other people. Like literally one person hands up and then we have to do one thing, no matter what. Just do one thing together. But it didn't. But also what matters is, like, as you say, the Dragon fight, when every single second matters what you do as a team, but it's like that time just the problem just reveals. It's like we are just on different page. So
well, I think what's crazy about that too, Olleh, is like it was stolen by a Lee Sin Q. So even though the problem like was you guys splitting the call, you still should have gotten that dragon. And if you get the soul, I think you definitely win that game. So yeah, it was a really like it was played wrong. But even though it was played wrong, the outcome should have still been in your favor. But he fucking hits a Lee Sin Q with like 30 HP on the dragon. Yeah. So it was partially a bad call and partially unlucky, but you got punished really hard for it.
Yeah, I think that's our biggest problem. It's like, I don't know. It's like we like our macro sense is like actually really good. Like it's like whatever stuff happened in Scream, and then I listen to other like every player's opinion. The opinion is all good. Some people say, "Oh, we have to push top and redo something." Some people say we should push ball. Something. Everything's right. Maybe something is worse, something is better, but it's like every core was right, but we just don't do it together. So it's really, I think, kind of our coach have a kind of hard time just like make us as a team. It's like some weird shit happen, and then it's like sometimes we have an argument in game too. It's like instead of just like doing one thing together. I don't know. That's why it's like sometimes I blame myself for it, because if I just like hands up, hey, shut the fuck up, do this, maybe it's gonna work. I think, but yeah, so I can blame.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that the go-to solution is just autocracy. Like, I will now control all of this. Like, shut the fuck up, everyone do what I say. Like, I love it. I love that. That's
by the way,
go-to.
I'll give you a trick about Canadian people. Okay.
Okay.
So if you are in a game and you literally just tell Canadian people to shut the fuck up and listen to me, they will just apologize. They'll be like, "Oh, sorry," and then they'll just do it. That's actually what will happen. They won't even do anything. They'll say sorry to you. They'll be like, "I'm sorry." And you're like, "What are you apologizing for? Just fucking do it." That's actually, you could just mind control Canadian people.
It's even more insane than Olleh knows, dude. I've just realised the other, like, think about his team, Monty, right? He has 2 Canadians, an Australian, and then the other guy's from the fucking Netherlands, another one of the chillest countries of all time. This is just like Team Hammock or something, mate. Like, I'll take a line from fucking a rap battle from years ago. If this team was any more laid back, they'd be horizontal. There you go.
So I think what we need is
I think it was Nils Skills or whatever the fuck. I can't remember. Maybe Ron. We'll see.
I think we need a new Olleh dictatorship within this team. You need to seize power, yes. Olleh.
I mean, it's like I mean, for me, it's like in general, I didn't get just like rank 3 in Korea for free. I really work hard, and even champion queue,
Right, all this down. That's how you start the line. You go, look at Blazed Olive. I didn't get rank 3 in Korean solo queue. Where the fuck did you ever get exact? Shut the fuck up. Rank 3 and now listen to what I'm saying, and then you give him. Then he'll listen. He has to listen then.
Yeah, I think I can tell if there's my problem. I think I know what to do. I think the player who get high rank in solo queue or even champion queue, it's like you just know what to do in every moment. It's like sometimes you should just back off, sometimes you just trade, sometimes you do. I think you just have better rate to do right thing in solo queue, so you win the game. So for me, it's like whatever happened in game, I kind of see how to win at the moment. But it's like my problem is that I don't actually exaggerate. Hey guys, do this, or hey guys, we have to do this right now. I'm not
just know in your mind what to do.
Yeah, I just put it in mind. I don't actually cleanse it. I don't say out loud. I think that I can call it out. That was my problem.
Okay.
It's like I think that's what I have to work on, because when I look at the Team Liquid interview, what people say oh, Core JJ is a cheat code. He just say whatever, blah blah blah, and it's working. But I see what should do, but I don't say it at the moment, and I think that's my problem. So
like you said earlier, you're more you see yourself as more of a follower.
Yeah.
The only thing is, though, I will say, I hope you don't use those examples. Hey, Blaze, I just wanted to let you know, when I'm playing with Chovy, normally he'll ping me I'm not Chovy, am I? But all right, I'll give it a go. But fucking hell, Chovy's pretty good.
Instead of saying that, I should say hey, Olleh, just fucking tell me what to do. Get water here. Then you're gonna carry the game, right? I'm gonna help you to carry the game.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Exactly.
I mean, I don't have that chat power in real life, I feel like.
No, want to see more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.